Hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Mom Said. My name's Gabe Gibbs.
And you'll never know my
Her
name.
name is Allie Gibbs, and this is a podcast made by siblings, but it's not about that.
But it's not about that.
It's actually almost always about that.
And that's because one time in the year 2007, Gabe pooped on my bedroom floor.
You just gave away the whole story. Anyway, we talk about that.
When it comes to that part, pretend you don't know the end of it.
Oh my God. When we talk about that, we also talk about how British guys get to be hotter for no reason because of their accents.
Not for no reason.
Yeah, some of them are just so much hotter than us. We talk about donating blood. We talk about
my recent surgery
Allie's
and how
recent
supportive
surgery.
my sweet brothers were.
Oh, and Allie's decided she's ranking us every week now.
Oh yeah, new segment.
Anyway.
I rank my brothers.
This is another episode of Mom Said. Thank you guys so much for listening to this. We love having you watch and listen, and thank you for being here. Grant, hit it.
Mama said. It's about having it in my hand.
What?
It's about having the coffee in my hand. It's a state of being. It's a way of life. I like having a little latte in my hand. I like walking around. Don't.
I didn't. It was too close. It was too close to the mic, and I'm sorry.
Don't.
It was too close to the mic, and I'm sorry.
Sizzle.
If just in case we've already started, I want everyone watching to know that we started today grumpy, dude.
No, and it happens a lot.
It happened before every episode. There's some moment of grump.
Where we get mad at each other.
Speak for yourselves.
Yeah.
But, Allie, can I request a focus for today of trying to keep the mic at your chin?
I just said we're grumpy, and you came in hot with a note, bro. That was really bold and really scary.
Just get it out of the way.
You to do.
It's not. If you either have me having fun or you have me with the mic at my chin. Which do you prefer?
Having fun. Wait. The options are what?
Have a good time.
or the microphone is in the right place. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Well, if we know those options, if those are the options,
This is what I've learned in producing.
then we'll take fun.
This is what I've learned in producing. It's the same as gentle parenting. It's like you don't have to bend over backwards to make something work. You just have to let people know what the options are.
Oh yeah. You say
You either get this,
either
or
you get this or you get
or you
this.
give me more money.
But you do
Those
it in
are your options.
You do it in a binary without giving them a third middle option.
With the third middle option is me killing myself working 80 hours this week. And I've
Not found any interest in that.
grown out of that.
Okay, so you like I don't know if we're doing
What I was saying before we started recording is I really only want two things in this life. One is a pool.
Okay.
It's not really about swimming.
What's it about?
Being by a pool.
You don't want to be in it, you want to be by it.
I'm down to go. Obviously, I want the option to go in the pool, but
Sure.
It's really about being near a pool, having a pool that people want to be near.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the vibe of a pool, the gathering, the watering hole, if you will.
I will.
And the second thing is I originally had said before we started recording
so
that
what is it about being by a pool aside from being near a pool? You feeling fabulous? You're
interesting.
You're having, like, I understand that Grant would probably chime in about some Huberman about staring at water makes you calmer than something. I'm sure he'd say that.
Staring at water makes you calmer
But what is
than
it about?
something.
What is it about? I think there is actually like science around like being near a body of water or something calms you.
Back against the wall, I have to come up with a reason right now.
Yeah, that's the podcast.
It replaces... The podcast is what? Us having a conversation?
The podcast is back against the wall.
Back against the wall. You have
say
to come up with a
something.
reason why you like a pool.
Yeah.
It replaces a TV. I feel like when people are hanging out...
What?
Listen.
I am. But also part of me listening is reacting.
When people are hanging out, there's like a center of things. And oftentimes we're all sitting around a TV or we're all sitting around whatever. When you're by a pool, there's nothing digital. You can't have your robots in the pool. Not yet, at least. So,
Oh my gosh, you can have your robots in the pool, and people do have their robots in the pool. That's why they're elbows up out of the pool, dunking in, and they're leaning over the edge, sending texts.
But it's not the same as like above ground, outside of water area. There's robots everywhere. They're free to roam.
Can you give me a snore real quick? Thank you.
He's
continuing on.
Guy.
Biggie's here today. Hank's here today.
Both dogs are here.
Both dogs are here.
As they always will be until they die. I actually say that to Biggie a lot. I actually look at Biggie all the time and I'm like, I'm going to be here every day until you die.
Well, dude, that's kind of the contract you sign when you get a dog is that hopefully you outlive it. You know what I mean?
Until you die, King. It's my
Which
face
is crazy.
you're waking up to every morning.
No, but that's crazy.
I know.
You've like signed up to take care of the thing from soup to nuts.
From soup to
You remember?
nuts. When Dad said that on stage when we were younger, and we were both like, that was so embarrassing.
Our collective dad, all three, there's fourth who's not here, but all of us have the same dad, and his job.
And the same mom, for the record.
Yeah, but some people don't. His job was being a preacher when we were young. He was a pastor. He's not anymore, but he used to be a preacher. Well, you can take the pastor out of the church, but you can't take the church out of the pastor.
That's very true.
He one time was doing a sermon and he said from soup to nuts, which means from beginning to end.
Yeah, we were in middle school and we were like, Dad said nuts on stage.
You can't say nuts.
You can't say nuts on stage.
He said from soup to nuts.
At church.
And we all said, Dad, you can't say nuts.
You can't say nuts on. I remember the moment he said it because you and I were both like,
excuse me?
Ew.
I was just doing like a talk back at the college I went to and was sitting there while one of the other alumni was speaking. Mm-hmm. And she said to a group of 20-year-olds, well, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah.
And I watched all the 20-year-olds go,
ew.
Ew, what? What the f did she just say?
Skin a cat.
More than one way. And when you think about it, more than one way to skin a cat.
It's nasty.
Is nasty, actually.
It is gross.
And how did that... Were people skinning cats?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It had to be a thing. Leave the cats alone.
Do you want to talk about, speaking of Dad saying crazy things? Remember the other day we were sitting outside in Palm Desert and he was talking about how hard he was working.
No, don't do this to him.
Wait, what was it? We can cut it if it's nasty. What is it? I don't remember.
He said he busted a nut or something.
Yeah. We can say this. We can say this. We can say this. Let's do it, and then if we feel guilty later, we'll cut it.
He doesn't care.
We can do. If we feel guilty later, we'll cut it. He doesn't care. But he said, Hey man, I've been out on the road. I've traveled visiting so many clients. I've just been busting my nut out there. And Grant and I couldn't believe, because he was trying to say I've been busting my ass or busting my butt, but it came out as busting my nut, which was so good.
The second time he said nuts and he shouldn't.
I can't think of anything more that brothers would want to hear and giggle about than Dad accidentally saying something about that. And we can decide if we want to cut that later. But yeah, skin a cat is bad.
I think people are going to wonder what my second thing I want in this life is because I only said the thing about pool.
I think that's great.
Do we want it to be a cliffhanger for the next podcast? I'll say what the second thing I want in this life.
Tune into the next episode. No, I think you should say it now.
People are at the edge of their seats. I want lattes. I want little lattes. I want to be holding a little coffee. And similar to the pool, it's not necessarily about the swimming. With the coffees, it's not necessarily about the coffee itself. It's more about the ritual.
Yeah.
About the behavior, about the act of it.
It's about who you are when you are that.
It's the beginning of the day. When I'm sipping a coffee, the possibilities are endless. When I'm a little, let me take it again.
No.
Start over. When I have a little iced coffee in my hand, I'm new. I'm beginning anew. It's the beginning of the day. Anything can happen. And anyone can be what I be. Wait. It's hard to... It's just that I'm annoyed with you, so when you whistle while I'm trying to sing... Anything can happen today. as I'm sipping my oat vanilla latte. That rhymes. The sun is up 'cause it's Southern California and it's always up, but my mind is sharp and I think I'm gonna write today.
Wow. And your brothers haven't pissed you off yet.
Yeah, today that was the case. When I had my latte, I was in a good mood. And if I ever have an afternoon latte, it's because I'm partying.
Wow. How are we doing? Grant seems concerned behind the camera, but we're doing great, huh? Okay, great. Do you want to bring up any of the things that you wanted to bring up since you're already upset with us?
Actually, yeah, let's get this out of the way because I'm having trouble shaking this feeling like you guys are pissing me off.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I don't want to have this negative energy.
Podcast, thank you for tuning in, those of you who are tuning in. This podcast is already, it dances each and every episode on the verge of complete destruction. Complete
This is only the fifth episode.
It's really this close to, I'd use the word rift.
Just know if we ever stop recording this podcast, it's because
because we aren't talking to each other anymore.
Irreconcilable differences, creative differences.
Yeah.
Okay, Bone, new segment, Bone I have to pick with you guys. Lately, in a super healthy change in our relationship, every time it makes me mad, I just save it for when we're on the podcast.
Yeah, okay.
3 weeks ago, I got elbow surgery.
3 weeks ago, bro. 3 weeks ago. She's been hanging on to it for 3 weeks.
3 weeks ago, I got elbow surgery. And it hurt really bad.
Can you do a cheer for that? Can you say 3 weeks ago I got elbow surgery? And then is there a cheer?
Thank you. It was a big, thanks everyone. It was a tough decision to make because anytime someone's cutting into your body, you're like this. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Uh-huh. Anytime someone's cutting into my body, I am like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And
I went all the way under. And when I woke up, I didn't know where I was. Didn't your surgeon say, I'm going to do it perfectly? This is crazy. Okay. So isn't
that amazing?
I'm me and I've never done anything perfectly in my life. I'm like
disagree.
Feel it out, vibe it out.
Disagree. Everyone's perfect is different.
You know what I'm perfect at? Being
you.
Me.
I hated that. Hold space for being perfect. I hated that.
My surgeon
I was about to make it a song and then I cringed myself out before us even songing it.
That's going to be our worst enemy, is cringing ourselves out.
The hardest part.
He came into the room prior to my surgery and was like, "Hey, welcome, Allison. We're going to do a really great job with you today. I plan on doing a perfect job." Or he said, "We plan on doing a perfect job." And I was great. Like, I've never even come close to promising something like that on anything I've ever done.
You've never come close to promising we're
going to do a perfect job?
Wait. No. But we're planning on doing a perfect job is different than we're going to do a perfect job.
I don't even think I'm planning on it, if I'm being honest. Anyway, and after the surgery, he came into the room and was like, "We're perfect. It went perfectly." Which is sick.
That's fire.
And he gave me pictures of my bones.
And that's also good to know. Pictures of your bones.
Speaking of bones, the bone I have to pick with the two of you.
Wow.
Largely, Gabe, you're off the hook today.
What? He's off camera and off hook.
Gabe, like the day after my surgery, no joke, was like,
what did I do?
I was talking about how I couldn't drive. Because my arm was all bandaged up and there were stitches in it.
I'm ready to defend.
And Gabe was like, "Can't drive with one hand?" And I was like, "No, I just got surgery. I'm on drugs. I can't. Why would I get behind the wheel of a car?" And Gabe's like, "You never driven like this?" And I'm like,
for the listener, she was doing the old heel of the hand on the steering wheel, whip that thing around.
Multiple times, Gabe was shocked to find out that I couldn't drive with my arms bandaged up. Bandaged
You want to go ahead and do that again?
And shocked to learn that I wasn't willing to drive around like the heel of the palm on the steering wheel.
Whip that thing around.
Whip that thing by myself. And the reason that this makes me mad is, one, you weren't like, "Hey, are you okay? Do you need help?" You were just like, "Why don't you drive around like this?" Two, you don't care at all that I'm not doing well, that maybe I need a ride somewhere, that I'm hurting, that my arm is bandaged up.
That's not what it's
encourage me. You just encourage me to get behind the wheel of a car multiple times.
Yes.
Like I'm laid out on the couch on narcotics and Gabe is like, you can't drive yourself there?
Well, she was saying that she's worried she can't drive. And my perspective was that I was trying to encourage to say, you can drive. You totally can drive with one hand. You can do it. People do it. Some people do it even when both their hands work.
Some brothers are like this. No, I want you to be safe.
Let me come pick you up.
Let me come pick you up. Let me give you help.
Allie, were you aware of how fucking high you were on the drugs you were taking?
Yeah.
Your voice changed. I'm not kidding. Like it got way more high and feminine.
When we were
tired,
after the holiday show. After the holiday show, Grant came up to me at the bar. We did a holiday show this year, and my siblings came, which was very nice.
And it was 2 days after my surgery, so I was
2 days after her surgery. She was still zooted, and she came, and we were at the bar, and Grant came up to me while I was ordering a drink, and he goes, "Have you talked to Allie yet? Have you talked to her yet?" I said, "No. Why? What's up?" He said, "She's different, dude. She's literally so high that she's different. Her voice is different. High. Go listen to her."
And I also remember being really hungry and feeling like nobody was helping me with my hunger. And then you did, and then Grant did help me.
Grant hooked it up. Okay, so Grant hooked it up.
I texted
and Gabe told you to go off-roading and whip that thing around.
I texted Gabe's manager, Steven, while he was working his real, actual job. Behind backstage, Gabe had this big show. There was all these important people there. And I texted Gabe's manager, Steven, and said, "I'm hungry." As if that had anything to do with him all.
Poor Steven didn't know that when he was managing me, he's really managing the whole squad.
I said, "I'm hungry." And then he came out and he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I texted you that I'm hungry."
Can we shout out? Steven is the nicest man on the planet.
He's the best.
He is the nicest man on the planet.
I want to shout out Steven.
Yeah,
and
shout out Steven Walker.
Steven Gordon Walker. Nicest guy on the planet.
Nicest guy in the world. And my sister, while he's trying to work his real, very important job. While he's trying to make sure that his client and some celebrity people who are at this show are taken care of, he's getting texts from his client's sister who's like,
"I'm in a sling in the audience. I'm hungry."
Well, he's trying to make sure the show's going good. Sweet boy.
And then we went to a bar after,
Sweet
and
boy.
I said, "Grant, I'm so hungry."
Yeah.
And then Grant got me a hamburger.
Yeah, good job, Grant.
So actually, new segment. I rank you guys.
What?
Grant's first.
Okay, wait. Here. Oh, I was going to say, I'll give you.
Oh, okay. Give me a segment jingle. The official weekly ranking of my brothers. In first place, Grant Gibbs for getting me a hamburger when I was hungry. In last place, Gabe Gibbs for telling me I should just drive on narcotics. Dun, dun, dun.
It wasn't about driving on narcotics. It's about that you are capable of more than you think you are capable of. You can drive with one hand. You don't even need both hands.
Someone from work told me that if you get in an accident while you're all bandaged up, then it's like more likely that they'll fault you because in the court case, they'll be like, well, she had one arm.
Well, she only had one arm.
And she was driving with one arm.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah. But for the record, for my lawyers, for all my pending court cases,
we Gucci.
She
go ahead, hit that thing with the robot.
My arm works. So thanks everyone for your support. Shout out to Steven for receiving those texts. Shout out Grant for the hamburger.
Shout out Grant for the hamburgers. Okay, wait. I would like to talk about one thing. I'm going to show you a photograph.
This was good because I'm less angry now that I aired that dirty laundry.
Great. I'm happy for you for that. I'm trying to find this photo.
It's just hard
Found it.
some days.
Would you like to explain? Those who are viewing the podcast right now will see a photo. Would you like to explain this photo to people? I'm going to show it to you. And then I'm going to show it to Grant and see, just so he's clued in. For the listener, it's a photograph of Allie's trash can at the side of the road with a full living room sized rug shoved into it. And I would like to see if Allie has any comments or explanations about what happened, what led us to her throwing away a nice rug.
That rug belonged to your late grandmother.
Yeah, and you put it in the trash.
That's because I have an old senile dog named Biggie.
Yeah.
And once a week, he poops on that one rug. And he's decided that that's a place where he poops. Uh-huh. And this also falls in line with my recent surgery. I left the house briefly because someone kindly gave me a ride somewhere.
Yeah.
Like 4 days after my surgery.
Me?
And no, it wasn't.
It wasn't me. Okay.
And
worth a shot. Could have been me.
When I got home, there was a bunch of poop on my rug. And thank you. And I had a bit of a meltdown because I only had one arm with which to scrub the poop on my rug.
Yeah, that's tough, actually.
And
one arm poop scrub is tough.
So I could tell the story, but one thing led to another, and that entire rug was sort of shoved into my trash can later that week.
Was it rescuable, to be honest?
I think what I had concluded is...
Be honest.
He relieved himself so many times on that rug.
That it was over.
That he had decided that was a place that it was okay for him to relieve himself.
Got it.
And I was like...
In his brain, it was a pee-pee pad.
It was a pee-pee pad.
Yeah.
So I replaced it with a... We're not sponsored by Ruggable, the kind of rug you can throw in the washing machine. And he has since pooped on the Ruggable, and I simply washed it instead of having a mental breakdown. So new rug.
That's great.
New rug, new me.
New rug, new me.
New rug, new Biggie. He goes way less inside now that I've gotten rid of that rug.
But not fully not inside.
Well, that'll never
less inside.
That'll never happen.
Why?
He loves going inside.
Okay. Well, that's his favorite.
He loves pooping inside. Don't you, buddy?
He loves pooping inside. Grant has a thing.
I think dogs pooping inside is equivalent to cigs inside.
Oh, cigarettes inside?
Because
dogs pooping inside is same as cigarettes inside.
Interesting.
No.
What I'm trying to say is I can imagine it's fucking awesome to poop inside as a dog. You're like, fuck you, this is rebellious.
Yeah.
Sorry, beep, beep, beep. Censor, beep. Or we're past 5 minutes, whatever.
It's 10, but yeah.
It's awesome to poop inside as a dog. And it feels the same way to smoke cigarettes inside as a human being.
Yeah.
It's awesome, it's rebellious. It's gonna ruin the room.
Yeah.
In many ways. In smells and in looks. Similar to the dog pooping inside.
Yep.
So
I don't know that Biggie is rebelling. He is. He's rebelling when he poops inside.
It's the same as cigarettes inside. What else feels good?
You know what?
It would be
interesting. It would be interesting to use that as a way of having conflict with each other.
What?
Explain. You cross me too many times,
you poop inside.
I poop on your rug.
Yeah. And
that'll send a clear message. Oh my gosh! Wait, you have pooped
I was
on
waiting
my
for her to do.
before.
I was waiting for her to. Grant was just sitting over there waiting.
The year was 2016.
No.
I'm just kidding. It was not 2016.
It was definitely not 2016.
But Gabe was not a toddler. We used to share. This
is a tough story to tell.
Gabe and Grant shared a room across the hall from me and Annie. And we had twin beds. I'll never forget it. Oh, well, one thing I think it probably goes without saying, but one thing is Gabe and I are both extroverted. So growing up, we would always be bugging each other. Even if we didn't want to hang out, we would have to hang out by way of our horrible wiring.
Yeah.
So we spent a lot of time together. Like you sit in my room while I clean my room and talk to me, and I'll sit in your room while you clean your room and talk to you. Kind of vibes. And there was a day that I was laying on my bed, on my twin bed in my bedroom, all on my own. And Gabe kept coming in and bugging me. He would do this thing where he'd like pop in and turn my light off and leave. And then I have to stand up out of bed and turn my light back on.
That's so
and
classic.
Or like
it's
open the door and run away. And it would go on for like, actually, when my bedroom was in the basement, you used to scare me because it was easy to get scared in the basement.
Dude, I would sneak into the basement and I'd be there for minutes.
Yes.
Bro. I'd be there for minutes, dude. And she wouldn't know. It's
such a waste of time. And it would actually...
One time
what else were
I
we
snuck
doing?
down to scare you, but it was for some reason you guys were either having a sleepover or whatever, but I snuck down to scare you, and it was you and we'll bleep this name out, but it was you and hanging out in there. Mm-hmm. And I listened to her confess to you about how much she loved and all the different ways that she loved him and what made him special. And
That's
then
so cute.
I felt caught, like I couldn't. If I scared you guys, yes, if I scared you guys, then it would give away the fact that I had listened to her talk about how much she loved him.
That's really charming.
And wanted to be with him forever.
Oh.
And I think we were 15,
People
16.
don't fall in love like they did in high school.
No, they shouldn't.
That was awesome.
They shouldn't.
You fall in love. Love is around every corner.
No, you meet a guy at some theater camp who plays the Elvis character in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Is that who you fell in love with?
And then what? No, I'm talking about the same guy. I'm telling her story.
Oh.
You meet some guy.
I forgot that he played Elvis.
You meet some. Well, it's what is it? He's the pharaoh. He's the king.
Yeah.
Which is why he's Elvis.
Right.
She fell in love with him because he was playing Elvis in some high school production
There's
of
nothing
Joseph
like
and the Amazing
falling in
Technicolor
love
Dreamcoat.
in a show.
Oh, a showmance. Oh, a showmance.
Let me tell you what. If you're at a stage in your life where you're in musicals, hold on to that. Never let go. Because when you get older, nobody sings. And nobody falls in love in a summer like that.
I don't know. People still do.
Do you think people are still falling in love in a summer?
In musicals all over the country.
As grown-ups?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, fun. And good for you guys, too. The grown-ups that do musicals.
Famously, Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster are now in love.
Oh,
you know
good.
about this? And they fell in love I can't think of a thing that Grant finds any less interesting than me saying that some people on Broadway fell in love.
Redirecting. So I'm laying in my twin-size bed.
Oh,
Gabe walks in to annoy me.
This is where we were.
He was in a stage of life, old, 8th grade.
Sure. I'll take whatever punch as payment for you being upset with me, but then I need to see it reflected in the rankings of brothers.
Well, you won't know until the next time I rank you guys next week.
Which is next episode?
Yeah. I'll rank you
every week?
I'll rank you guys every episode.
Okay. All right.
So he puts his bare ass into my bedroom. Ass first. To fart at me with his bare booty. Horrible to begin with.
But when you're 13, hilarious.
Hilarious to you.
Hilarious
and
attempt.
Squeak
your cheeks in the door, let out a little and keep rolling. Dude, that's funny, bro.
He misjudged the fart.
13-year-old boy, funny.
Pooped a little poop on my bedroom floor.
Okay, a little bit. This is going to haunt me across the internet. We will not be clipping this.
A little bit doesn't make it better.
We will not be clipping this.
It actually would be better if it was a lot, because then it was like, oh, something went wrong.
It's not better if it's
like
a lot.
You were sick or something.
No.
But the little poop is like, better. You had control over that.
No, I didn't squeak out a specific pebble. Nobody has that kind of control.
You should have
No, it would have been better. It would have been better if I had absolutely unleashed. No, you're wrong for that.
Yeah,
you're wrong for that. No, okay, I did do that, but I was young.
He pooped on my bedroom floor,
and I thought,
and then I can't remember, but there was some argument about who was to clean it up.
We have to get off this.
I think I yelled for mom, and mom was like, I'm not doing that. And nor should she have.
But it wasn't like we have to get off this. Okay, Grant. Grant, you recently went on a wormhole that you went on a YouTube wormhole that you told me about, and I'd love for you to bring it up here because I found it to be genuinely interesting. There were things that he's going off mic, but now he's getting ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the Grant Cam.
Oh my God! Every time I take an edible, I go down some YouTube rabbit hole of some obscure topic.
Wait, can I say before you get into this, the frame of the Grant Cam today, I can see it, and it's so obvious that you're just sitting on the floor in the bar.
But he tightens it up. We can't really tell.
We've been over this.
Poor little Gran on the ground.
Yeah. Poor bub.
And my rabbit hole for this gummy experience was Peanuts, the comic strip.
Oh.
I didn't watch any Peanuts anything growing up.
Is this why you're loving Noopy?
Yeah, this is why I'm loving Noopy now. Noopy now.
Yeah, wait, quick, write a song called Noopy Now.
Me?
Yeah.
Why is it so quiet?
Oh, I get turned up. It was just louder.
Oh.
See, now it's too loud.
Okay. Charlie Brown, Lucy, they're all fine to me. Linus and that other dirty guy. These are the characters of Peanuts.
Peanuts.
And I think that they're all cool, but there's a really special guy. 'Cause I love Noopy now. Yeah, I love Noopy now. Yeah, I love Noopy now. He's a dog, his name is Noopy now. Noopy now, Noopy now. Okay.
I love Noopy Now.
His
also,
name is Snoopy.
the way
is
you
what we're
said
trying
the
to
way
say.
you said Peanuts, you sounded like those those two old British dudes that are rapping?
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Peanuts. I never. What are they called? What are they called? What are they called?
Am I going to finish my story?
Yeah,
or
but
what?
1 second. What are they called, those guys? Because they're like, I never. It's gonna hurt myself. I take it in the back. Yeah. You never seen a guy. I'm choking on my own.
And they're like, you know what I'm talking about?
Okay, go ahead. Peanuts.
Peanuts.
You love Snoopy.
Anyway, every time I take an edible, I go down a rabbit hole. Let me finish the Peanuts one. First of all, I didn't even know it was a comic strip. I thought it was just like a show or whatever.
Oh.
Didn't even know it was a comic strip. Didn't know that he did it every day for 50 years.
He made a new peanut every day for 50 years.
I don't think you're having a proper reaction to that. This man made a new comic every day
Strip,
for 50 years.
50 years.
16 bars.
From 1950 to 2000.
Sorry. No, I want to understand what he's doing every day.
I don't even know,
In
honestly.
the newspaper.
Oh.
In the newspaper, something Peanuts comes out every day for
Every
50
day?
years.
Something peanuts?
Crazy. But
That's a better reaction,
My
thank you.
favorite...
Wait a second. Every day for 50
and now
years.
and now we've overshot it.
My favorite revelation from this is that Snoopy has like Vietnam flashbacks in the comic all the time. Did you know this?
You know how he's fighting? I think in the clip you showed me yesterday, it was something about World War one of the world wars. Not specifically Vietnam because it was
No, I know. I'm just making up Vietnam.
But yes,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
Vietnam. But
yeah.
it's amazing. I love Snoopy. He doesn't talk, and he has like war PTSD flashbacks, but is also good at figure skating and shit. Like,
Yeah,
he's amazing.
He's a jack of all trades.
He has a
I
nemesis.
actually think
And he
he's
was
so
on-
attractive because he doesn't
He was on
talk.
his little doghouse like this.
shooting people.
And gets shot at. In the
Do you know that my love for Noopy Now drove me to pass all the way out at the Red Cross Center in Pasadena because the American Red Cross was offering T-shirts that says "Be cool, donate blood," and it's Joe Cool, i.e. Snoopy with sunglasses on the T-shirt, and I was like, I need that T-shirt.
What is it about Snoopy that makes everyone love Snoopy?
I think there's
What
an
is it
element
about
of it.
Snoopy?
It's
That he doesn't talk?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think there is an element of it that you can't really pin him, and everything he does is cute and fun. Yeah. It's like the Pixar lamp.
He is whoever you want him to be because he's not speaking. And Joe Cool is.
And he can't say any dumb shit.
Yeah, and he can't.
And Joe
say,
Cool is hot because he's got sunglasses on and he probably smokes cigarettes. Anyway, point being, I wanted so badly that T-shirt, and I'm blood type O negative.
Oh,
Thank you.
Universal donor.
Universal donor.
Universal donor.
Oh, but don't get too excited because the Red Cross nurse asked me not to return.
Yeah, of course.
I went to get the T-shirt. I donated blood. I passed out so hard that they had to get like 4 or 5 people to try and wake me up. It was a big fat disaster. And the American Red Cross said,
Wait.
baby
They
girl,
had
this
to-
is not your ministry.
Okay, exaggeration, please. 4 or 5 people had to come wake you up.
4 people.
4 people had to come wake you up.
Allison, can you hear me? Allison, wake up. Allison, open your eyes. 4 people, no joke.
How do you know you were asleep?
Well, I did eventually wake up, didn't I?
And there were 4 people there?
I'm here today, aren't I?
Uh-huh.
Yes, 4 people there.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, I looked at the woman and I said, I'm so sorry, but I'm blood type O negative, so I feel like I should be donating blood. And she was like, don't return to this place. Don't. You stress us out.
Well, that's also on you because you have done it multiple times where you've passed out there.
Yeah. And the other day, so when I'm about to pass out, I get nauseous. It's the indicator that I'm about to go down.
Yeah.
Like extremely nauseous.
Go down.
The other day at physical therapy, I got extremely nauseous. And I said to the PT, hey, just so you know, I'm extremely nauseous. I have a tendency of passing out. And he was like, oh, that's weird.
Do you know what some of the guys I was buddies with in high school used to do when they would do donating blood at the high schools? Gabe, shout out Gabe Elguera. Okay, I grew up, one of my best friends growing up, his name was also Gabe, but he's...
there was another Gabe. There was 3 Gabes.
Yeah, there was 3. And 2 of the 3 were involved in this, not me. But he and I grew up together, but he was...
And who was the hottest and least hot Gabe?
This is the problem. Oh, okay, there were 2 Gabes, and one is now a Grammy-nominated drummer with huge arms, and one is me.
Yeah.
You tell me which Gabe you'd rather be, huh? Grammy-nominated drummer with huge arms and perfect hair, or this Gabe? You tell me. The one who does this, la 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 la, la for a living.
I'll tell you which one I'd rather be.
Yeah.
The hotter one.
Yeah. Thank you. Anyway, so hot Gabe and other Gabe, who moved to LA, by the way.
I know. We've seen him together.
Yeah, he's in a band with Joey.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about
we've talked about this. Anyway, hot Gabe and other Gabe.
Don't call him other Gabe. They're both hot.
Hot Gabe and cool Gabe.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Hot Gabe and cool Gabe and theater Gabe were all friends. But Hot Gabe and cool Gabe went to the same school for a bit. And so they would, or maybe I'm conflating. Doesn't matter. Point is, these guys would go donate their blood at the high school gym when they would do that, once a year or whatever.
Yeah.
But they had the competition to see who could, as soon as the blood was drawn, hop off the bed and run as far as you could. But you end up passing out, of course.
Idiots.
So it would be like, thank you so much, appreciate that, and like stand up and run as far as they could. But they'd always like fall over, and it was, of course, it was Gabe and Reese and like that crew. They would always. That's such like Midwestern boy, like there's something so deeply wonderful about that to me.
It's the same energy as the boys who like don't wear a coat for the entirety of winter.
Different, but yes, they're stemmed from the same thing. But that one, well, we're also talking about guys who were born under the umbrella of Jackass. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like that shaped middle school for my age guys.
Yeah.
Which just meant that like that plus airsoft guns, it was a dangerous time to be alive.
I gave our family little Nerf guns for Christmas this year, and it was the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life.
You should have seen that coming.
If we were 11 years old, Gabe chased me around the house and wouldn't let up. And I went over to his house the other day, and he shot me when I walked through the door.
Oh, I did say something kind of twisted to you.
Oh my gosh.
This was dark.
Last night, Gabe pointed the gun at me and I cowered and said, please don't shoot. And then he put the gun down and he said, all I wanted was the fear.
That's hilarious.
All I wanted was the fear? Coming from the man who says I should, on narcotics, drive like this? He's around every corner and he's under everything and he's coming for you with his little Nerf gun. Is that what you wanted?
That was exactly what I wanted. There was nothing. I didn't need that to go for very long. I just needed you to tell the tale of your brother who just is only looking for the fear.
He only wants you to live in fear.
In fear! You know what I mean?
It's from Sweeney Todd.
It is from Sweeney Todd. Oh my gosh. This show there's no segues, there's no nothing. It's just all stream of conch. But you said Sweeney Todd, and that made my wife, as we've talked about on this podcast, is not a theater dork. She's genuinely cool.
Yeah.
Which means she doesn't know theater stuff, which I love. So we had some friends of ours who were in the recent Sweeney Todd thing. The recent revival that they did in New York.
Sounding like her. Broadway?
I know, sounding like her.
Revival?
They were in the recent Sweeney Todd revival, and Lauren didn't know what it was. And so she kept seeing it like on her Instagram feed, and she's like, what is going on with all this teeny sweet? What is going on? And I was first of all,
Teeny Swede. I thought it was Sweeney Todd.
No, she said teeny Swede, like a small Scandinavian man. She kept saying, "What is up with all this teeny Swede?" And I was like, "Oh, I am gonna write the musical about teeny Swede."
Oh, well, write it.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, not in this moment. I mean, I'm gonna take time to script it out. I'm gonna start with an outline.
You're gonna spend time on Sweeney
Todd.
Teeny Tweed.
Teeny Swede is worth our time.
Teeny sweet is worth our time. Teeny sweet is worth our time. Teeny sweet is worth our time.
Thank you.
I thought you were going to join in.
No,
Grant.
there was no way Grant was joining that. Not with him barely awake halfway through his coffee. Grant may come across to you, viewer, listener, as a person who's very intelligent, very serious, also a tough guy. But Grant, every time he has coffee, puts one little ice cube in it because it's too hot.
One tiny little
ice cube every time, no matter what.
I want to drink it right away.
And he doesn't want to burn his little tongue.
He doesn't want to wait. He wants to drink it right away. Yeah, poor bud.
What a dum-dum.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have something else to talk about if we'd like, or we can decide to be whoever we want to be.
Every day.
Every day, be whoever we wish.
Every day when you're walking down the street.
Everybody that you meet has an original point. That song hits.
And do you know what's interesting about that song is I feel like this is maybe going to be like something that no one relates to, but when you made up songs when you were a kid, and even now, the concept of walking down the street is an easy go-to.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm walking down the street and I'm loving my life.
Yeah.
Whatever, like walking down the street comes up a lot as in my mind,
as
sort
a concept,
of like a
storytelling
juvenile like storytelling crutch.
Yeah.
And
Wow. Allie just called the lyrics from the Arthur theme song juvenile. And using a storytelling crutch.
It's a kids show.
You write a better theme song for Arthur.
But what I was gonna say was, I feel like they pulled off the walking down the street thing really well.
Okay, fair.
But if you want me to write a better theme song for Arthur, I can.
What kind of vibe do you want?
It's a kids show. Make it joyful.
Yeah, you're right.
Friend that's a rabbit, except everyone just has two nose slits. That's the way it works here, and we're friends. And there's an episode where DW has a rich friend that gives her a charm bracelet. Says, look out for that one when it comes on.
That's my favorite thing that theme songs do, which is tell you about one specific episode on the series that happens in the future.
The titular moment.
So they're like, welcome to this show, but just wait for this one episode, season 6 that we're gonna do. That's pretty baller and formative for one girl in Portage, Michigan.
I feel like over the course of this podcast, I really want to get better at singing improv, even though I did state publicly that I'm glad I'm bad at improv because improv is for nerds.
I don't think...
I go uber specific every time we're making something up. But can I say there was a way that the rich girl dropped this animated charm bracelet into DW's hand that was so interesting and satisfying to me that I think it's what made me a jewelry girl.
Didn't they have Mr. Ratburn come out later in the series?
Come out of what?
The closet. Mr. Ratburn, the teacher.
He was gay on the show?
He was gay on the show, but not early on. They had him come out as like a PBS saying gay rats are okay.
Title of the
episode, Gay Rats Are Okay. Damn.
I don't remember that, but I'm happy for Mr. Ratburn for living his truth.
Do we have any interest in calling Annie?
About what?
About what we talked about?
I don't remember.
Her liking something that was disrespectful. I think it's worth doing.
Yeah, we can call her.
Okay.
She's really sick, though.
What?
She's really ill.
Why? She went on a trip?
Went to Pakistan, and then her travel home was 44 hours.
How would you say that country, being from Michigan, where we're actually from?
Pakistan?
Yeah. Just making sure that you know. Don't forget your roots. Don't forget your roots.
But
don't forget who you are.
But don't you think that
Don't forget who you are.
Don't you
How would you say the name
R-O-N?
R-O-N?
Your chubby little finger.
How would you say the name R-O-N?
Ron?
You've forgotten who you are.
What would you say?
Ron.
Oh.
Ron?
How would you say CAN''T?
I've changed a lot of my speech since moving away from Michigan because when I first came here, growing up, we called...
Because you're an uppity city girl now who forgot who she was?
No, I'll tell you what it is. It's that I can't be bothered to have a conversation about linguistics that has to do with soda or the pronunciation of things. I.e., growing up, we called...
We can't...
That's normal. Growing up, we called soda pop. And we had a garage fridge where we kept pop, which is very Midwestern. Pop in the garage.
Pop.
And...
Dude, garage fridge... Oh, in the city, you don't get one of those.
You don't even get a garage.
Oh, in the city, you don't even get a garage.
Some people don't even get a fridge.
Oh, in the city, I wish for a garage fridge.
But when I first moved to LA, I was calling soda pop. And then maybe once or twice I would say pop. And people would say, you say pop? For me, it's soda. I call it soda. Pop is the wrong way to say it. Or vice versa. When you say soda back in Michigan, they're like, soda?
They're like, you say soda?
You're saying it wrong.
I'm kind of with them now because you've changed.
To me, it's so hack to even have the conversation.
You've changed.
When I'm in Michigan, I say pop. When I'm in California, I say soda. I can't have the same conversation over and over again. You say it this way. I say it that way. I'll say it your way. No worries.
No worries.
No worries. I'll say it your way.
No worries. I'll do it the way you want.
So that we can have a different conversation than this one.
Wow.
No worries.
No worries.
No worries.
Let me cut right to the chase.
You say tomato, I say tomato. And furthermore, you say tomato, I say tomato.
That's pretty good.
That's being a linguistic chameleon. No, not a people pleaser. That's me getting past...
Being afraid of confrontation.
No, I don't want to fight about it because I don't care.
That's me wanting people to like me.
No, that's me saying, let's talk about something more interesting.
I want you to include me in...
No. I'm included.
I want to be a part of the party.
No. It's like this.
I can't wait for us to be...
Stop. Let's skip the conversation where we say soda pop, and let's talk about...
Life, art,
love,
fantastic,
politics.
No, I don't want to talk about politics.
Well, some might say that the soda pop argument is politics.
You're right. Wow. And
I'm a flip flopper.
Okay, well, so we can't call Annie because she's sick?
Well, call her. See if she answers.
She'll answer for you. I'm scared.
She might be asleep. She's been texting me today.
Gonna call Annie now. Gonna call Annie now. See if we all are in trouble or not. Gonna call Annie now and see what she says.
Hello.
Hi, you're on the podcast.
Can you make sure she's on?
I freaking knew it. I checked Grant's location and I was like, oh no.
You're on the podcast.
Here's what we'd like to bring up and
wait. I actually have a new thing to bring up.
Oh, great. Change it.
Oh no.
It's an Annie Gibbs fact check. A couple episodes ago, we talked about how chickens do not have fingers at the end of their wings.
Yeah.
And Annie texted us with a fact check regarding chicken phalanges. Annie, would you like to tell them the truth about the chickens?
Anatomically, so the way that we think of phalanges, the way that we have fingers, no, they don't have fingers, but anatomically, yes. The bird, you can like trace evolutionarily the way that dinosaurs evolved into birds and the way that we all evolved. And basically, our fingers are like the tip point of a wing that's used to fly.
So that was a lot of beautiful scientific.
Birds have fingers.
What?
Birds have fingers.
Well.
Wait, but not in the way that Gabe was insinuating, right?
No, not in the way of like the bird not gonna signal call me. The snooty sloop isn't gonna be like, call me before I take my nap.
Yeah, I know it doesn't have fingers the same way we have fingers, but it has little fingers.
Yeah, but thank God
you can't like see the distinction. It's like wrapped up in all of like the sinew and like feathers and stuff.
Okay, when we start saying sinew and feathers, I'm out.
Okay, leave her alone. Thank you for your fact check. Next taping, we're gonna call you and I'm gonna ask you about something else. So see you then. Bye.
Bye.
She sounds sick.
That was what it's like to call Annie. When she's sick, she was kind of nice to me. She was kind of nice to me. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about today? Grant, did you have anything else you wanted to say? Oh, I feel like I'm still feeling like stuffed to the brim from holidays.
I just had one thing that I was thinking about earlier.
Please.
Are you good at teeth whistling because you floss with rope?
Okay, we've already mentioned that I get bullied on the internet for my gap teeth. But I don't know if that's why I'm good at teeth whistling, but I am good at teeth whistling.
Can you whistle the other way?
Hold on.
Now me. For the audio listener, this is me. Hold on. Start over.
Okay, this is dumb.
This episode is crazy. This episode is wild. We're losing our Marbies.
Can you do mouth trumpet?
No, I saw that girl. Okay, so this girl went viral on TikTok explaining how to do her little mouth trumpet thing.
Can you do it?
No.
Oh, I'm going to play Love Beyond Rose.
No, we can't do this for as long as we're doing this. We can't do this for as long as we're doing this. This is happening for too long.
Are you going to sing? Are you going to join in?
I hate
Worms in your brain.
Worms in our brain.
Okay, but if you isolate that sound of the two of us playing trumpet together, someone listening might think to themselves, oh, a podcast about two trumpet players.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's what we're really trying to reach for, is people who are interested in podcasts about two trumpet players.
You know what? I bet that doesn't exist yet. And I bet the people who want that are going to be really excited.
Hey, we had a cool thing happen this week, podcast related. We had a video sort of go crazy online. And one of our favorite people in the world commented on it. Jack Black commented on a little video of us on the internet.
Jack Black.
Which was crazy.
And I manifested that because I texted all my friends and said, Jack Black's kind of hot in the holiday. And it's very female gaze because it's like, he's being like sweet to her. He's being a good friend.
Who's he in love with in that one again? I didn't watch that one this year.
Kate Winslet.
Oh. Have you seen the clip? There's a clip of Jack Black reliving, like, it's like GQ asked Jack Black about all his iconic movies or whatever.
And he doesn't remember the holiday.
No, he says, and of course I was in that movie with the lovely Kate Blanchett. And they were all like, actually it was Kate Winslet. And he's like, of course, Kate Winslet. It's amazing. He's incredible. That man's incredible.
Also, that video did well, and someone said in the comments about me, you don't need someone like her in your life.
Oh, saying that to me about you?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we're siblings. Too bad. It's too bad.
Dude, there's like 150 comments and there was one bad one.
Yeah, we're gonna check in.
No,
we're gonna check in every week.
Bad ones.
We're gonna check in every week about how Al's doing with the one bad comment on that.
Well, it's gonna be a really boring segment because I'm never gonna read them again.
Okay, the holiday though, he is really charming in the movie. That's him. Kate Winslet, Jude Law,
and Cameron Diaz.
Jude Law, bro.
Hottie Lamati.
Speaking
of Hottie Lamati.
And he's one of those cool guys that has the
Grant, you can't just decide you don't want us to talk about this.
What is it? Why do British guys get to have like that hairline, but they're hotter? Do you know what I'm saying?
British guys will always be hotter.
When American guys have a goofy hairline, we throw them out. We throw them away.
Says you.
But when British guys have a goofy hairline, we're like, charming. British, ain't it?
Listen to this. I don't even know what you're talking about regarding hairline. Didn't
Jude Law?
Didn't clock it.
Oh, he's got the incredible, like, widow's peak, but like a little bit of balding here.
Is that motherfucker in Skeleton Crew, dog?
Yeah, careful.
What do you mean careful?
You don't like that show.
No, it's so bad. And it's the worst show I've ever seen, and his hairline is the worst hairline I've ever seen in my whole life.
But he's so cool still.
How?
He's such a hottie.
He
puts on glasses in the holiday and turns around. There's a part of the holiday.
How does he get hired with that hairline is what I'm saying.
Because he's so handsome. Go. You're talking about holiday.
He puts on glasses and turns around, and it's just like one 3-second clip moment. Anyone who's seen the holiday can conjure up the image in their mind because he's such a hottie Lamati.
He's a hottie Lamati.
But British guys are just hotter.
That's true.
Like Aaron Pierre. Have you seen these videos of Aaron Pierre dancing?
Walking down the hall
at Jennifer Hudson show?
Aaron Pierre is hot. If he was American, he would be
hot.
Okay. Let me try again.
Easy.
Let's see. Idris Elba's hot. If he was American, he would be
hot. It's
okay.
Just as
Let me
hot.
try again. Maybe I'm picking bad examples.
I think your theory is flawed.
Eddie Redmayne's hot. If he was American, he'd be.
I don't
Found
know.
one. And David Beckham's hot.
Yeah.
If he was American, he'd be.
Still the hottest guy in a sweater.
Okay. It seems all these British guys get a little bit of a head start. It seems they get to be hotter than American guys, even when they've got weird teeth or weird hair or weird accents.
Sometimes weird is what we like.
Are you speaking on behalf of women everywhere?
Yes, I'm the voice for all women.
Idris Elba's hot.
That's what every single woman thinks.
Aaron Pierre is hot.
Everyone, no matter what you are, believes that.
Eddie Redmayne is a really, really, really good actor.
I think he's a hottie
David
Lamati as well.
Beckham is the hottest man we've ever seen.
And he's wearing Burberry. And
you have bewitched me, body and
what
soul.
what does that guy in Notting Hill say when he falls in love? It's not coming to me, but
He says, fell in love, didn't it?
No, he doesn't.
He said, you're hot, ain't ya?
No, he doesn't.
He said, you walked into me bookshop and I thought, ow, give you a little kiss on the lips
Look
then.
at this one.
Look at this one, right?
She's-
pick of a litter, ain't she?
She's pretty enough.
She's pretty enough, good enough. Sign me up. Done. Bangers and mash. Wait, what's the guy who eats? It's an internet guy. I just got shown who eats at a diner, like a 24-hour diner. He'll have a full Christmas dinner at like 3 a.m. before he starts his shift, and he says, "Abash" at the end of every video.
Really fat
Yeah, that guy. He says,
don't know this boy.
but he's encouraging. He's a delight. He tells you to get after your day, go there, get doing it. I'm here eating me Christmas dinner, and this is me. That's what he does. He's amazing.
Fun.
He's amazing.
We need to sign off like that on the podcast to get people inspired for their day.
I agree.
Like if they're listening to this in the morning on their way to work, we might say something like, "You got this. Today is going to be..." Wait, I didn't like that.
Okay. So we might say something like,
"The world is full of possibilities. Life is what you make it. Love is around every corner. Go. Live your day." You know what? That's too much for the sign off of every show.
yeah, I agree.
What about if we say,
Goodbye.
no, not goodbye.
Goodbye.
No, we need like a little thing that's like gets people like.
Okay. And
Have a good day because Mom said.
Oh. That's cute. Have a good day. Because Mom said.
Mom said.
Anyway, have a good day. Thank you guys for watching this episode.
Wait.
We should sign off. We're keeping people. They got to get back to work. They got to finish their run.
Okay, have a good. I hope that today. No. I really want to. You are special. Mom said.
Wow. Thanks so much for listening. Sorry we spent so much time to say you are special, Mom said.
You are special.
But thank you so much for listening to our nonsense. We like hanging out with each other.
I think.
We like hanging out. We like doing this. So appreciate you being along the ride. We'll see you guys next week.
You are special.
Mom said.
I kind of like it. We gotta go.